We're a totally different thing than we were when we started back then, you know.
Yeah, after you finish the tour, how soon do you get that feeling again? I really want to be on the road again.
Uh, well, it's definitely an adjustment because it's like two separate ways of going about your day, you know, tour life and home life. So it's it it just depends, you know. Sometimes it takes 2 days, other times it takes a month, you know. It just depends.
Yeah, it's just like you said, such different routines to go. There's different extremes to go between, you know. Like sometimes when I get home, the first few days I kind of have so much idle time. I feel like I'm without purpose, you know. It's a different thing having sound check and being able to play every day and stuff like that. And when I'm home, I definitely miss being able to just make music and play together. That's like the most satisfying thing to me.
Yeah, and for you, you've had a baby.
Mhm.
In what perspective did that change your role in the band or in the whole situation? How you feel about it?
Uh, it didn't really change much with the band directly. But I mean, it changes your life completely as far as your perspective goes. Like I have a whole new set of things that I think about now that I never would have considered before he was born. So yeah, that's a really big question, but it's a short answer.
Yeah, when your baby was born, did something in your head say, do I still have to be with the band or be on tour? Now I have such a little kid.
That's a constant struggle. Yeah, but this is this band and this music is so much a part of me, you know, that I couldn't imagine it not being in my life. So it's but yeah, man, being away is not easy anymore. Whereas it used to be very easy.
Yeah.
So
It's 3 years since Louder Now, since that album was released.
Mhm.
In what period of time did you start thinking about writing new lyrics, writing new songs, stuff like that?
we were writing and working on things like pretty much all through that process. We were traveling so much and gone so often and all that at a certain point, or because and being as that time was so crazy that it was hard to just sit down and focus and but once all the touring started to wind down, you know, that's when we when we started writing and working on new tunes, you know, or just new ideas in general, and then that's when Fazzi came in.
Yeah. Is making albums when you produce more? Is it something that gets easier or more difficult?
Well, I mean, we've just been learning as we've been going along. So every time you know a little bit more of what to expect, but every time also, I mean, you're creating this new thing, so that urgency never really goes away. So I wouldn't say necessarily easier. You just come to know what to expect.
I think you just collect more tools along the way, and like the stakes get a little bit higher. You don't want to be stuck repeating yourself. You know, you always want to try to improve your craft and the songs and take it somewhere different. So.
In what aspect did Taking Back Sunday improve the most in the past 8-9 years? What do you think?
I think all around the horn, man, we're a totally different thing than we were when we started back then, you know? I mean, I think from just musicianship and as far as being performers, and then I think as far as songwriting, I think everything all around has improved. And hopefully it'll keep doing that.
Yeah. How do you? Sorry, I have to. How do you put personal stories? How do they come into your lyrics? Is that something where you really have to think about when you start writing lyrics? Like, I want to say something personal, or is it something just an occasion that you really want to put into the lyrics or in the song structure?
Sometimes the words just happen, you know, like they like sit down and not to write about anything in particular, just to write, and then it just happens, like a happy accident. And then, but I found anytime I sit down and say, okay, I'm going to write about this specifically, like that's when it ends up either not being good or about something totally different. So,
what's the latest happy accident?
The New Again.
New Again. Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Man.